Welcome to SH English Documentary. History is absolutely packed with emperors who made their mark through war and conquest. But today, we're diving into the epic story of a ruler who became immortal for a totally different reason. Get this, he's remembered for hating war right after he won the ultimate victory. We're going to uncover the untold story of a ruthless conqueror who totally transformed himself into a humanitarian icon.
Just imagine a king who stands victorious, looks out at hundreds of thousands of casualties, possesses literally the most powerful army on the planet, and just says, "No more." That's Ashoka. To some back then, he was known as Chundashoka, which basically translates to Ashoka the Cruel. But to others, Dharmashoka, Ashoka the Righteous. So what on earth triggers that kind of drastic psychological flip? Let's get into it.
Chapter 1. The Mauryan Prince. Setting the stage here, we're in the early 3rd century BCE. Ashoka was the brilliant but undeniably ruthless grandson of the great Chandragupta Maurya. And he didn't just walk into power, he fought some incredibly fierce, cutthroat political rivalries to finally claim the empire's throne around 268 BCE.
Chapter 2, The Carnage of Kalinga. Fast forward to 261 BCE. Ashoka unleashes his massive, unstoppable Mauryan army on the independent state of Kalinga. And this invasion, it moved with brutal, terrifying efficiency.
100,000. That is the sheer, devastating scale of the slaughter. 100,000 people left dead on the battlefield in the wake of Ashoka's military machine.
And it didn't even stop there. 150,000. That's the staggering number of people ripped right from their homes and taken captive. An entire, vibrant region was just utterly decimated in the blink of an eye.
Now, you might be thinking these are just estimates blown out of proportion by his enemies. But they aren't. These horrific stats are historical truth, recorded directly by Ashoka himself in what's known as Rock Edict 13. I mean, think about that. It is incredibly rare for an ancient emperor to so openly and brutally document the grisly toll of his own victories. Chapter 3. An Empire of Regret. Picture this. Ashoka is standing amidst this endless sea of the dead, and the reality of it all just hits him. He realizes his grand military victory is actually a catastrophic moral defeat. He was deeply, deeply shaken by this. It sparked a profound spiritual awakening in him. So he took his long-standing policy of violent expansion and he totally replaced it with Buddhist principles, specifically this concept of Dhamma. Now, Dhamma wasn't just some personal religious ritual for him, it was a comprehensive state policy. We're talking ethical conduct, tolerance, kindness, and truthfulness baked right into how the government ran. He chose to conquer through morality instead of the sword.
Chapter 4, The Voice in the Stone. So how do you tell your massive empire about this radical new mindset? Well, Ashoka had his new laws carved directly into giant stone pillars and rocks across the entire Indian subcontinent.
But here is the truly mind-blowing part about all this. Ashoka's empire eventually fell, as empires do, and those monumental stone messages, they lay perfectly silent, just hiding in plain sight for millennia. It literally wasn't until 1837 CE that a scholar named James Prinsep finally managed to decode the ancient Brahmi script, bringing Ashoka's true historical voice back to life. Chapter 5. A New Kind of Rule. Now, Ashoka didn't just become some isolated monk meditating in a cave. He backed up all that remorse with concrete, revolutionary state policy. He launched some truly pioneering public welfare initiatives. He actually appointed special officials whose sole job was to look after the moral and social welfare of the people, and he took the immense wealth of his empire and repurposed it for healing. He ordered the planting of medicinal herbs, dug public wells, and lined the roads with shade trees for travelers and animals. I mean, this was basically a radically progressive welfare state, smack in the middle of the ancient world.
Which naturally brings up a super fascinating question, right? Did Ashoka's newfound pacifism mean he just completely disbanded his massive army? It's a pretty common myth.
Well, the historical truth is more about defense without aggression. Ashoka was still a pragmatist at the end of the day. While he absolutely and strictly abandoned expansionist wars, there's zero evidence that he dissolved his military. He kept his army around to defend his vast territory. So he was a transformed, highly moral ruler, yes, but he wasn't naive.
Chapter 6. The Global Legacy. Ashoka's greatest, most enduring conquest wasn't physical at all. It was completely intellectual and spiritual.
He organized these incredible diplomatic missions. He even sent his own son, Mahinda, and his daughter, Sanghamitra, all the way to Sri Lanka to share the teachings of Dhamma. And thanks to this kind of intense royal patronage, Buddhism found the strong foundation it needed to spread far beyond India's borders, reaching Southeast Asia, China, Korea, and eventually Japan. Basically, the personal regret of one single man transformed a regional philosophy into a major global faith.
The physical Mauryan Empire, the one built by the sword, it eventually weakened and crumbled in the decades following Ashoka's death around 232 BCE. But his empire built on Dhamma, on morality, humanism, and ethical conduct, that survived the test of time.
In fact, it survives to this very day. Ashoka's ideals are permanently woven into the actual fabric of modern India. The lion capital of Ashoka serves as the official national emblem, and the Ashoka Chakra, the wheel of Dhamma, sits right there, proudly in the absolute center of the modern Indian flag.
Ultimately, the story of Ashoka leaves us with a pretty provocative thought. Maybe the greatest triumph isn't how big an empire you can build, but how a victorious conqueror can find the absolute courage to surrender to his own conscience and conquer humanity's heart instead. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you'd like to stay connected with us and be the first to watch our latest videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell.